What's up, guys? Larry here. About to hit the gym for some legs this morning, but want to hop on here. We are a couple of weeks out away from Ramadan, and I'm starting to see the questions flow in to various people within the industry about a couple of things involving that particular holy month. So here's the thing. And when I'm talking, I'm speaking from a qualified place because I am Muslim. This is going to be the third Ramadan under my belt. So I've had a couple of years to tinker around and think about how to best keep moving forward during the holy month. So I'm going to be doing stuff like this all week, hopefully. We'll see. But it's usually around about when is the best time to train during Ramadan. Now, this is just my recommendation. This is not anything you need to follow. But again, this is coming from a pretty qualified place. The best time to train is after you break your fast with some water. Now, in the overarching scheme of things, in regards to Ramadan, you are not going to make any real progress, right? You're not. I don't care who you're not. Just don't do it to yourself. Don't try to beat yourself up and try to increase poundages, increase training volume. None of that. You're not going to make that. What you're going to do is that you're going to screw yourself up. And I speak from experience on that. What you need to do is that when you break your fast with some water, you're going to have to make your intra-workout shake, not necessarily heavy, but make your normal intra-workout shake. So if you take EAAs, a couple of scoops of that, go ahead with it. If you take it with carbs and an EAA, go ahead with that. What I would recommend is that you add some Himalayan sea salt to that mixture. Nothing crazy, about a teaspoon or two, and then you call it good. Make sure that shake is damn near watered down, okay? Because you're gonna be anything that's super heavy that will draw a lot of water into the muscle, i.e., some carbohydrates that you put in your intra-workout shake. That's going to cause a problem. So you want to make sure you have that Himalayan sea salt to help with hydration. And again, make your intra-workout shake very watered down, okay? Whatever you were using in the off season, kind of cut that in half, if not more than half. So if you were using 2 scoops of an EAA or 1 scoop of the EAA, keep that scoop. But if you were using 2 scoops, cut it down to 1 scoop, cut your carb intake in half with the intra-workout shake. Training. Again, you're not going to make any progress. You're not. So what I would do, and this is exactly what I'm doing, is that I'm going to jumpstart this into a dieting phase for the summer, right? So this is a good time to get some insulin, resensitize your body, resensitization phase. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. The person that really has a good outlook, even though they've never practiced the month, is Dr. Mike Israetel. And I encourage you all, and I'm going to tag him in this, I encourage you all to go and look at a post that he put up in regards to training during the holy month. I think he has a link to a YouTube video as well. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him. But in any event, use that as a time to have your body heal, resensitize, get rid of a little bit of fat, and then press forward into a dieting phase. It's very, very important, very, very important to not overeat during this phase, right? Because what a lot of people do is that they will overeat when it comes time to break their fast, right? No, go straight to the gym after you drink your water, train, and then go home. And then you always want to eat, and you don't want to overeat. You don't want to stuff yourself, right? That's when you leave a little bit of room. You're going to be hungry during the night. It is what it is. So that's why you have some type of meal replacements. Notice I didn't say whey protein isolate or any type of shit like that. I said a meal replacement. So if you make one with a protein shake base, so you put banana in it, you put a little bit of peanut butter, some oats in it, that you're going to have to drink that a couple of times through the night. And then you wake up, you eat your breakfast, and it needs to be a relatively big breakfast. I'm still trying to work out what I want to eat. Dr. Mike gives a lot of good recommendations, but once you eat that breakfast and you pray Fajr, that's it. That's it for the day. A lot of your calories are going to come from that meal. I dare say probably 25 to 50% of your daily food intake during the holy month is going to come during breakfast, and then the rest is going to come post training. But you're not going to make any gains. So that's how I would approach training during Ramadan. Train directly after your fast, come back, eat your post-workout meal, have some shakes on deck so you can drink it throughout the night. Then you're going to wake up, eat your breakfast, and that's it. Once that first prayer comes in, once the Adhan comes in, you do your thing. Now we're going to get into the actual training tomorrow. But again, don't expect anything flashy, okay? Thanks for talking, guys. If you got any questions, please holler at me. Mention me, DM me, whatever. But I'm going to link Dr. Mike's profile inside this video, and you guys can ask him some questions too. Pick up some stuff from Renaissance Periodization, and we're going to go from there. All right? Y'all have a happy Monday, guys. Take care. What's going on, guys? Larry here, and it is Ramadan Training Talk number 2. I'm in the passenger seat today because the missus has taken over navigation duty. So, today we're going to talk about the actual training aspect of the month and how you should approach it. And my advice to you is more of a circuit style training, more so than your normal body part split. So you can do that a number of different ways. The way that I'm doing it is kind of a weird combination of body parts grouped together, and I'll be doing 8 sets of 8. If you're not familiar with that concept, I advise you to go over to N1 Education, N1 Training, and check out a lot of Coach Kasim stuff. So again, going back towards yesterday and piggybacking off of that, is that you really want to use this as kind of a recomp resensitization phase, right? So when you have this particular type of programming, 8 sets of 8, and keep in mind these sets are performed a certain way, i.e. with no eccentric, no negative, meaning that there's going to be minimal to no muscle damage, right? So you're really only doing, for lack of a better term, half reps for the entire training program, because you don't want to yield any muscle damage during this time, because you really can't repair from it. So that's why I think it's a good idea to do something like that. Now, if you're wanting to do something a little bit differently, again, circuit training, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week of total body training. Now, here's the funny part about that, is that your actual work sets are not going to be anything crazy. Obviously, you're going to get your warm-up in, however you get your warm-up in. But when you get into your full body training, your actual work sets per exercise should be 3. And again, it needs to be done in a circuit. So let's just use this for instance. The way I would construct it is that I would start off with legs first. I would do leg extension, squat, leg press. And then I will go quick rest into seated hamstring curls or lying leg curls. And then I will go into a back movement possibly something that isn't stressful to the lower back, such as a chest supported row. Then I would go into lat pull down, and then I would go into my chest. So I would use a hammer incline press, hammer flat bench, some type of machine press. Notice everything that I'm doing. Also, your squat should be in a Smith machine. Everything that I'm doing is not anything with a free bar or a barbell until you get to arms. Arms is a little bit funny. I usually let people have the freedom to do what they want when it comes to arms. But notice that everything that I'm advising is not with a machine, because you really want to be very, very, very fresh. Probably the freshest that you've been in months once the holy month is over. So you're not going to want to do anything that's very CNS dependent. You don't want to do anything that makes you have to balance weight a ton. So with that being said, you want to stick to majority machines. Your volume for your work sets should be 2 to 3, preferably 2. You want a good brisk workout, and then you just want to get out the gym, because again, you're not going to make any type of real progress, real gains during this month. This is really just an extended clean out phase. So everything has to reflect that. Everything has to be pushed for you to recover during this time frame to set you up good for the next 11 months of hard, very hard, intense training to get you to that next level. So that's one way that I would do it. You can always, like I said, go to N1 Education, N1 Training, and find out more about the 8 sets of 8 and things of that nature. Now, post Ramadan is where it gets a little bit more fun, so to speak. You want to do a priming phase, or you want to extend your resensitization phase out. You don't want to pick up where you left off. I'm telling you, you're just going to end up in a lot of pain. What I would do is I would go through a priming phase, and that's essentially getting your body in shape to train hard again. You've essentially had a month off. You are now wanting and trying to push the envelope, but your body is simply not ready. Okay? So it's going to be a slow increase in calories. It's going to be a slow increase in training intensity. But with that priming phase, what's going to happen is that your body is going to be in a very, very good state, a very sensitive state. So once you get back into the heavy stuff, you're going to probably blow past anything that you have done previously or before. So that's what I recommend that you guys do. I'll touch on this more tomorrow. Not so much the training, but what you need to do as far as diet goes. But thanks for listening, guys. Please let me know if I'm bringing any value to you with this, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. What's up, guys? Larry here in a secret location, and we are on Ramadan training talk number 3. So we are going to dive into supplementation during Ramadan. So this won't be too long, as I believe the amount of supplements that you use during this phase, which is essentially, if you haven't been keeping up with the series, it's essentially a resensitization phase. So the number of supplements that you use should be very limited. What do I recommend for people that are about to go through this phase? Well, seeing is that by the time the fast is over, you break your fast with some water. If you are following the protocol of which I've laid out thus far, which is training after you break fast, your body is going to be in a catabolic state, right? It's going to be starving for nutrients. So you can do it with just an essential amino acid powder, a couple of scoops, depending upon the formulation that you're using. Or you could do an intra-workout shake. Well, like I said, cut everything in half with the exception of the EAAs. So if you were taking in 60 grams of carbohydrates, take in about 30 grams. If you were taking in 30 grams, take in around about 20. You don't want to go to 15. You won't get a training effect, in my opinion. So That's what I recommend. You have a good amino acid powder, a good carb powder, and then after your workout, what you want to do is that you want to go home and you're going to want to smash, okay? Something that can get in the muscle quick, something that can get in the muscle fast, and something that will actually leave you a little bit satisfied. Because if you're not waking up throughout the night to at least have a shake, then you're going to be in a catabolic state still. So which ones do I recommend? That's going to be a future video, but off top, one of the essential amino acid formulations that I do recommend is Aminotar by Project AD. I enjoy that one a lot, merely for the fact that it has about the most essential amino acids that I have seen on the market. They come in a variety of great flavors as well. So moving on, supplementation during the Ramadan period needs to be very, very, very simple. You actually want to save that money because you're cutting down on your grocery bill, and maybe you want to get some more expensive cuts of meat, like filet, like lamb, just to be able to satisfy your appetite a little bit better, seeing as that you're fasting all day. The other supplement that I do recommend is, and I know I may get a lot of pushback for this, but I like multivitamins. I think a good multivitamin is something that a lot of people can sustain over the Ramadan period, because again, once you break your fast, your body is going to be starving for nutrients. So if you can at least get them on the micro level, not the macro, on the micro level, that addresses cellular health, cellular biology, things of that nature. So I know that multivitamins have become kind of a debating point within the industry in the last few years. I don't have any recommendations as far as those type of supplements. So I encourage you all to do your research. There's many mom and pop shops in America that will ship, i.e. Rexius Nutrition. They will go ahead and ship their multivitamin to you. And the good thing about their multivitamins from VHI Fit is that it's made with beef collagen tabs. So you don't have to worry about consuming any pork if you have a gel cap. So, but in any event, video told you it wasn't going to be long. Your essential amino acids, your carbohydrates, your protein powder, those are really the only supplements you want to use, because during this phase, again, it is a clean out phase. So we're talking no pre-workout. We're talking no stimulant of any kind. If you want to take a pump formula, that's up to you. I'm not too keen on it for the simple fact that I just don't have the nutrients in me to sustain a strong pump, so I don't want to put anything artificial. So that being said, your protein powder, your multivitamin, your carb powder, and your essential amino acid, those four alone should be your Ramadan stack. So we're going to go into it more about the Ramadan stack that I've outlined a little bit next week, not this week, the next. And at that point, we'll be a little under a week out from the holy month. So hopefully you guys will be able to catch up with it. All right. If you got any questions, please let me know. Let me know I'm bringing you some value with these videos. Like the post, share the post, things of that nature. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a great one.